times out of your busy schedules and serving as judges on our panels. So what makes Civitas interesting to me and what makes Civitas such a dear part of my heart is that what the skills and values I've learned from Civitas transcends beyond my 4-year career as a high school student. And so I feel that like my experience is a little bit different than most other students in the regards that I think I found myself as a person. And the reason why I say I think I found myself as a person is that you never really know who you are. And that's something that I learned from philosophy. So in order to figure out where you come from and what's your identity, you first have to take a look at your history and your upbringing. So freshman year, we take 2 semester courses, as you guys have may have already heard. The first course being Intro to Poli-Sci. And so it took me a while to realize the importance of Intro to Poli-Sci. In fact, only now do I realize the importance of it. And so what Intro to Poli-Sci meant for me was just learning to become a citizen, and what it meant to become a citizen, actually. And so we learned about the general understanding of politics, and quite honestly, before coming into Civitas, I had no clue about politics. I knew that there was 2 political parties, Democrats and Republicans, and that was the breadth of my knowledge. And so what Intro to Poli-Sci makes so important to me is because you need this general understanding to specialize in something else. And that brings us to the second course of state and local government, in which we study state and local government. And the reason why state and local government is so important to me is because these are issues that directly affect us. We're dealing with issues that deal with California, the state, Sacramento, the county, Sacramento, the city, and even our neighborhoods are affected with measures, propositions, and the actions of state assemblymen. So as we move on from freshman year to sophomore year, we take speech. And it was kind of nice just to get a break from the political aspect of Civitas and move on to more hands-on skills. And speech was one of my favorite classes because it allowed me to branch out and express myself. And speech was so helpful for me is because these were skills that I could use not only in other classes, but when talking to adults, when applying for jobs, even writing my essays, because I had to realize that in order to make a powerful speech, you have to have clear and concise arguments. And you have to format them in a way that makes sense. And that, for me, that helped me in my other studies with English, history, and other topics. So in the second semester of my sophomore year, we take international relations. And this was perhaps my favorite class because I love learning about the global affairs. It's because I realized that everything in this world is connected. What happens in Iceland, for example, affects China. And what happens in China affects us. And what happens in the United States affects Brazil, for example. And so it was so nice to see how one action in one country affects another thing. And one thing happens to another. And it's this infinite chain reaction. And it's a puzzle for me to figure out what are the effects of certain actions. And that's what makes international relations so interesting to me, is because you can never really figure out what's going to happen next. You can predict it, but you can never be sure about what's going to happen. So we move on to junior year, which is only 1 semester course, which is philosophy. And for me, philosophy had the most profound effect on myself because I developed my own personal philosophy. While the course was designed to focus on political philosophy and where modern governments derive from, I realized that all governments are actually derived from philosophy. Democracy, monarchies, dictatorships, they all derive from people's thinking. And it made me realize that everyone has their opinion. Everyone has their own perspective. Everyone has their own perfect utopia. And so for me, it allowed me to question everything. Like, why do we have this type of government? Why should we do this? And it allowed me to make my own personal opinions, and it made me take a look at the world in a broader sense. But the Civitas Academy isn't just these 5 elective courses. It's more than that. As you know, we may have to complete 100 community service hours. And beginning the program, I saw these 100 community service hours as an obligation to Civitas. But while I was doing those 100 community service hours, I saw them more as an obligation as a citizen. Because as a citizen, you have to do everything possible to make your community a better place. And the 100 community service hours are not the only things that are non-classroom related. In the summer between our junior year and our senior year, you have to complete an internship. For my internship, I interned at Congressman Ami Bear's district office. And seeing how an internship works was seeing how the real world is. You're a high school student, but you have to act like an adult. And that's what high school is for me, is trying to figure out your path of becoming an adult. And internships were so scary to me because in any instant you could be fired. In any instant you could make a mistake. And every little thing that you did could have a profound effect. And it doesn't help that you're working with college kids who are going to top universities such as Georgetown and Berkeley. So it was a little shocking to me just being in an atmosphere with such intelligent people. So with all this experience, the 5 elective courses, the 100 hours community service, and the internship between our junior and senior year, you have to have a senior project, the culmination of the Civitas Academy. And so I was thinking, what can I do? And it took me a while, and it took me a while, and I started to think back about my high school experience. And when I was an 8th grader, I was really scared to go to high school. None of my friends were going to go to Rio Americano. And in fact, I was in a class with 10 kids, in a school with 8 kids in general, K through 8. So I grew up with these kids from kindergarten to 8th grade, 9 straight years. And so I didn't develop social skills. I wasn't able to make other friends. It was very hard for me to adjust to high school life. So coming into high school, I was lost. I was completely lost. Although I succeeded in my academics, failing to have a B or even an A-, I wasn't happy. And that was the problem for me, is because the ultimate goal in life, in my opinion, is to be happy. So I figured that for my senior project, I wanted people to be happy. And so this project is special to me because I wanted to help freshmen gain the resources and skills and values that make themselves successful. So what I did was I started a mentorship program. And so I paired an upperclassman, which is a junior or senior, with a freshman. And so I'm going to show this video with a little bit of testimony as to what this project has become.
Program because I really wanted to get involved with some of the younger freshmen. I knew that when I was a freshman, sometimes I had trouble with whether it was school or just to where things were